On Saturday the 8th of May 2021, the first stages of the Enterprise D build arrived from Eaglemoss. Oh, the excitement and the anticipation as I opened the box, and my initial thoughts of the parts were excellent. Almost immediately, however, I started to see issues. From small, like the bridge dome wasn't clear, to the utterly ridiculous, like one flush vent was to be lit up, and translucent intakes. Neither of these should be lighting, so I decided to start modding it. I later used the LED from the flush vent to light the arboretum. You could say the first sign of trouble came after issue 12 in December 2021, when 3 months passed before issue 13 arrived. This, Eaglemoss explained, was due to no stock. Issue 13 arrived with the "so bad I had to laugh" display tripod. As soon as I saw it, I knew I'd have to do my own. Eaglemoss support desk contacted me offering the opportunity to increase the shipping frequency to weekly or 2 per month. In hindsight, that was the second sign of trouble. I immediately contacted them and went for the weekly option. I'll finish this in no time now, I thought. Issue 14 arrived, and within a week, so did 15. Issue 16 didn't arrive for 3 weeks, but 17 and 18 arrived within 2 or 3 days of each other. In fact, I got issue 18 before 17. Amazing, I thought. I'll have this finished in a few months at this rate. It was now April 2022. Issues 19 and 20 arrived with no problems, but the third sign of trouble was in the form of being spammed every day with emails from Eaglemoss, offering me everything from 20 up to 80% off their stock. The emails were relentless, to the point of me contacting them, asking them to stop emailing me or they'd be blocked. The opt-out option on their emails didn't work. Then in early July 2022, rumours started to emerge of the company going into administration. This, sadly, was of course true, and Eaglemoss ceased trading, leaving the future of the Enterprise build up in the air. Well, I thought, the saucer section might make for a good Viridian Tree crash site, which in fairness would have been apt, a crash site for a car crash of a build. The following month, August 2022, PCT Collectibles made an agreement with Eaglemoss UK liquidators to acquire part of their assets, and that we would soon be informed about the procedures to continue the subscriptions. In October, I received a form to complete, what was the last issue received, and so on. Then in January 2023, it was confirmed that D'Agostini would be handling the remaining Enterprise build issues. D'Agostini being distributed by Fanhome, of course. When Fanhome announced the pre-order in early May, I logged into the site, resubscribed, joined a newsletter, and was delighted that my Galaxy-class development project would continue. Then I had a thought. Fanhome are going to ship to Ireland, aren't they? Like Eaglemoss did. So I contacted them, only to be told no. So at this point, it really seemed like my diorama of the Viridian Tree crash site was going to come to fruition. All the mods, all the light blocking, all the rewiring, all the delays in shipping when we were dealing with Eaglemoss, and for a time it seemed all a waste of time. But the silver lining came in the form of one Mr. Retrotech Ralph, now RT Ralph, who very kindly offered to ship me each issue. So, for the next few months, that's exactly what happened. Fanhome shipped to Ralph's address, and he then shipped to me, with the odd teaser photo, like the guy collecting the box from his house. When Fanhome announced the release of the Batmobile, I wanted to sign up for it and the DeLorean, but I didn't want to burden Ralph with a load of packages a month, so I figured I'd give AddressPal a shot. AddressPal is offered by the Irish Postal Service, which enables Irish customers to avail of UK and US deliveries from certain companies that only deliver to certain countries. It costs an extra $6.50 per delivery, but in fairness, it turned out to be and still is a fantastic system and works really well. Other than a delay of 2 months between issues 24 and 25, the Fanhome experience was in fairness excellent, and on the 9th of August 2024, the final issue, 31, arrived. So 3 years and 3 months later, and it was finished. Here's a quick recap of the modifications done. The bridge dome, emergency flush vents, umbilical connect ports, transporter emitters, the impulse engine, rub-on transfers for the escape pods from Mike Lane Mods, the arboretum, the removal of the incorrectly placed neck and saucer nav lights because they're supposed to be docking alignment systems, they're not lights, the main shuttle bay door, the deflector dish and housing, my own display stand, and then in July 2024 I completely redid it with working LCARs, which I did with Photoshop and basic wipes, slides and fades in Premiere Pro. Stripped the neck and secondary hull and wired them to run off the mains. and the complete overhaul of the nacelles. Other than the shell, my nacelles are completely different than what was originally designed by Eaglemoss, and in my opinion, far more screen accurate. Changes included the rear formation lights were made clear, the intakes are supposed to be solid yellow, not translucent orange. I can't believe Eaglemoss got that wrong twice. The field grills are now copper when off and the buzzard opaque, as it's only red when on. And the addition of the buzzard ports and red line between the buzzard and grills were added with decal sheets. And both nacelles run off the mains. All these mods can be seen in the modification videos I did for this build, but please remember, if you decide to mod and you mess up, it's on you, and Fanhome will not replace the parts without charging full price. One of the reasons I did the nacelle mods was because I knew that the ship would be off more than on, so the grills and buzzards had to be corrected. Did I have fun modding it? Yes. Should I have had to? For that price? God no. The mistakes made in the design were ridiculous, like the flush vent lighting up. Who came up with that idea? Not only were they ridiculous, but to the point of embarrassing, to be honest, for those who designed it, as it was and still is advertised as designed by engineers and experts. Experts in what, exactly? All they had to do was watch a few episodes of Next Generation to see their outstandingly bad mistakes. From early on in the skeletal build, it was obvious the weight of the saucer was going to far outweigh the rest of the ship, and the weight would be a massive strain on the neck. It was also very clear that this model was never test built. I don't care what Eaglemoss may have said, it was never tested before production. The vertical piece that the ship sits on my display is literally hammered into the block of wood, so it's as solid as a rock, so my ship doesn't lean forward. The cables are coming out of a small hole I drilled at the bottom of the vertical piece and then go under the L-car's layout so you can't see them. Was it all worth it in the end? No. The entire design was a mess, ridiculously over-engineered, hundreds upon hundreds of LED bulbs with cables everywhere where a few neon strips would have worked perfectly. In fact, better. Not forgetting to mention, of course, the dreadfully misaligned windows on the hull section. If Fanhome were to give me all 31 issues and say, here you go, build it again, would I do it? Yes, but with a completely different approach. All those LEDs, reflectors, cables, circuit boards and windows would all be left out. I would probably use resin for the windows and the neon strips for lighting. Would I recommend it to anyone? No. In fact, I would go as far as advising them not to start it unless their intention was the complete modification of the build. All that said, looking at it on the shelf with the L-cars behind it and my working L-cars built into the display stand, flanked by her predecessors and successor, I am happy that I did it, but more so, delighted it's finished. A couple of people have seen it on the shelf here in my studio and they're very impressed with it. And that is that. Thank you to Eaglemoss for starting it, Fanhome for finishing it, RT Ralph for enabling me to continue it, and to all of you for watching and supporting me throughout it. So, 5-card stud, nothing wild, and the sky's the limit. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below, along with the notification bell. Also, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. Thank you.